Hello everyone! Welcome again to another edition of Storytime with Robbie. Hope you're all doing well and hope you had a really amazing Halloween and had some fun. Today I'm going to be starting Christmas books on Storytime with Robbie. I've got 7.5 weeks worth of Christmas books for you, so I really hope you enjoy and look forward to them. Today I'm going to be reading some pet theme Christmas books for you. I'm going to be reading you Merry Christmas Splat by Rob Scotton. And I will be reading you Pete the Cat Saves Christmas by Eric Litwin. And I will be reading you Zoomers Out of This World Christmas by Ned Young. Hope you enjoy. Let's get started. Alrighty, everybody. The first story, the first Christmas pet themed book I'm going to read today is Merry Christmas Splat by Rob Scotton. Here we go. It's very important to write a letter to Santa, and said Splat. How else will he know what to bring you for Christmas? Seymour nodded. Splat's pencil scratched across the page until finished. He exclaimed and proudly showed off his letter. Seymour was impressed. Splat's little sister wasn't. Dear Santa, can I please have a really big present for Christmas? Thank you, Splat. P.S. I have been a very good cat. Only good cats get really big presents from Santa, she said. Are you sure you've been good? Of course, said Splat. She gave Splat a look that only little sisters can give. Really? Splat stuck his nose in the air and marched out of the kitchen. I've been good, he said. Seymour nodded. In fact, I've been very good. This time Seymour shrugged and Splat had an awful thought that made his tail quiver and twitch. Maybe I haven't been good enough. Splat tried hard to remember. Yes, he decided, I'm sure I have. But just in case, Mom, cried Splat, I'm going to help you get everything ready for Christmas. Oh dear, said his mom. Splat took that to mean, thank you very much. You really are a good little cat. And he set about being ever so helpful. I've washed the Christmas dishes, Mom, said Splat. Thank you, Splat, said his mom, but the dishes weren't dirty. I know, replied Splat, and I still wash them. I'm just so good. The Christmas tree is decorated now, Mom, Splat called. I thought it was already done, replied his mom. Not even close, said Splat. But it is now. I'm going to clear the snow from the path, Mom, said Splat. Wait, his mom called. Don't open the door. Splat! Being so good is very tiring, said Splat. It certainly is, said his mom. I think I'll go to bed now, Splat announced. Good idea, said his mom. Splat snuggled under the covers and closed his eyes, but his eyes wouldn't stay closed. Maybe I'd better wait up for Santa and tell him how good I've been, thought Splat. So Splat took his flashlight from the drawer and waited. All was quiet until clip, clop, clip, clop. Splat heard reindeer on the roof. But the clip-clop slowly turned to tick-tock. It was only his clock. Splat rolled over just in time to see a shadow appear on the wall. Santa, Splat called. But it was only Seymour making an ice angel on the window. Splat huffed, plumped up his pillow, and waited some more. Santa has to come soon, thought Splat, but the rest of the night passed silently, peacefully, with not even a whisper. Christmas morning shone through Splat's bedroom window, but he was not the least bit excited. His little sister came to wake him. I guess I haven't been good enough after all, said Splat. Told you so, said his little sister, but you can play with Kitty if you like. Thanks, said Splat said in a little voice. Splat's little sister led him down the stairs. It was too quiet. There were no presents around the tree, and the rest of his family was nowhere to be seen. Because I haven't been good enough, said Splat. Santa hasn't visited us at all. But then Splat's family leaped out from behind the sofa. Merry Christmas, Splat, they cheered, and they were holding a really big present just for Splat. It's the best present ever, cried Splat. The end. Alrighty, everybody. The second Halloween, the second Christmas themed book I am going to read you today that is pet themed is Pete the Cat Saves Christmas by Eric Litwin. Here we go. Cold relief, 7:02, December 24th. T was the day before Christmas, and Santa was ill. In the cold winter wind, he had caught a bad chill. Will Christmas be canceled? Will it come to that? Never, cried Santa. Let's call Pete the cat. Santa asked Pete to deliver the toys to all the good girls and to all the good boys. Santa, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'll do it, said Pete, and although I am small, at Christmas we give, so I'll give it my all. Santa, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Give it your all. Give it your all. At Christmas we give, so give it your all. Key West. Pete jumped into his minibus and started to roll. Road trip, cried Pete. North Pole, first stop. The North Pole. The reindeer were waiting to give Pete a tow, so he packed up the presents and told them to go. Then the minibus flew just like in a movie. Pete the cat cried, "This is totally groovy." "I can do it," said Pete, "and although I am small, at Christmas we give, so I'll give it my all." Give it your all. Give it your all. At Christmas we give, so give it your all. As the children were sleeping all snug in their beds, Pete and his reindeer appeared overhead. Straight down the chimney, Pete flew in a dash, then back in his minibus quick as a flash. Each time he delivered a holiday gift, he crossed off a name written on Santa's list. Santa's list was so big and Pete felt so small, but at Christmas we give, so he gave it his all. Give it your all, give it your all. At Christmas we give, so give it your all. At the very last minute, they reached the last house. Pete dashed in and out just as quiet as a mouse. Then, right at the break of New Christmas Day, Pete and his reindeer were flying away. Back at the North Pole, old Santa was waiting. The elves and the town folks were all celebrating. "Thank you, Pete! North Pole, Toys Inc., Santa, Elf." Santa was dressed in his red coat and hat. "Hip, hip, hooray for our friend Pete the cat!" "I did it," said Pete, "and although I am small, in the spirit of Christmas, I gave it my all. Give it your all, give it your all. At Christmas we give, so give it your all." End. Alrighty, everybody, the third Christmas story I am going to read, the third pet themed Christmas story I'm going to read you today is Zoomers Out of This World Christmas by Ned Young. Here we go. Tea was the day before Christmas, and Hooper, Cooper, and their little brother Zoomer were on the lookout for flying reindeer. "Be sure to yell if you see anything unusual," Zoomer told his brothers. I do, called Cooper, pointing at Zoomer's cardboard antlers. "Very funny," said Zoomer. "Stop goofing around," yelled Hooper. "This could be it. Something is coming this way, and it's coming in fast. Really, really fast." The pups all ducked for cover as the something shot past them and landed with a loud boom in their backyard. "Boys," called Dad, "what's all the noise about?" "I am sure," answered Zoomer, "but I think Santa just landed in the backyard." "Zoomer," Dad chuckled, "where does he come up with this stuff?" But as the pups reached the backyard, they soon realized it wasn't Santa. "Wow," whispered Cooper. "What do you think it is?" Before they had time to wonder, the spaceship's door slowly began to open. And out stepped a family from outer space, their robot and their pet, and a yarple-headed giant Ziller. "Welcome to our backyard," said Zoomer with a bow. "Beep, beepity beep," they replied with friendly smiles. Then the space family invited Zoomer and his brothers to share their picnic. They feasted on Kookaloon sandwiches, Zambaluki salad, and block waffle pie, and washed it all down with some Zoinikin Fizz soda. Everything was out of this world delicious. After their meal, the space kids taught Zoomer and his brothers how to play Slammaroo. It was a lot like soccer, only much better. After the game, the space mom set up a force field swimming pool for the kids, while the space dad inspected their space cruiser for takeoff. Swimming made Zoomer hungry, and when he got out of the pool in search of a snack, he saw the space dad shaking his head. The saucer was damaged when it landed. Translated the robot, "It will take weeks for a new part to be delivered." Zoomer knew that the family wanted to get home in time for Santa's arrival, so he thought of a solution, but it meant giving up his favorite toy. With Zoomer's trike in place, the spaceship was ready for takeoff. But before they got on board, the space kids gave Hooper, Cooper, and Zoomer something they picked up during their travels. "Wow, thanks," said Zoomer. The brothers waved until the spaceship flew out of sight. Then Hooper turned to Zoomer and said, "That was a really nice thing you did." Back home, the boys unwrapped their gift and found the perfect place to display their own star. That evening, the Earth family ate a wonderful mom-made dinner. Then the pups hung up their stockings and were hugged and tucked into a warm bed. Early the next morning, the pups couldn't wait to see if Santa had stopped by. Hooper received a robot, Cooper a Viking ship, and Zoomer a new bicycle. And on the handlebars was a note: "Dear Zoomer, Hooper Hooper was right. It was a really nice thing you did. Merry Christmas from Santa. Zoomer." Merry Christmas to all. The end. Alrighty, everybody. I really hope you enjoyed the first batch of Christmas books today. Thank you so much again for joining me and for watching. It is always a pleasure being with you and reading to you. Please comment on the video as always and let me know what you think of the pics. I always like to hear your feedback. Have a really good rest of your day, and I will see you here on the next edition of Story Time with Robbie. I will see you then. Howdy!